as we segue to our main event angle involving one Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. Now, earlier in the show, we had noted mediator Cody Luther King come out, and he was casket sharp. Not gonna lie, he came out to try to be a mediator between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. He wanted them to be friends, to hug it out. The fans chanting, hug it out, work shit out. Talked about Kevin saying, hey, when I left WWE back in 2016, you gave me some references to some friends on the indie scene. The Bucks, Kenny Omega, hook up with them. They can help you try to navigate these waters on the indie scene. Found my way and became who I am today because of you, because you helped me out. And I know that you love Sam. I know you got love for him. You need to work your stuff out. You can't do this alone. And Sami Zayn's cardinal mistake was, we ain't got to be friends. We just got to work together, tear down the bloodline. But Kevin Owens needed that friendship. He missed it. And for Sami to slight that was an offense to him. So KO says, nope, no hugs, no deal. I got this. Peace out. So we go to the parking lot and KO is about to drive away. And Sami Zayn realizes what Kevin Owens needs to hear. You are my friend. You are my brother. I love you. This isn't just about the bloodline. I sincerely care about you and I'm sorry. So KO drives away and Sami's crestfallen because he has to have this face-to-face confrontation against Jey Uso at the end of the show. So here's our Kansas City showdown between Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. Love the confrontation because once again, Jey reiterates, I never liked you, Sami. I hated you from day one. When my brother loved you, hell, even Paul Heyman loved you. Roman Reigns loved you. I didn't love you. I hated you. But then you won me over. I saw who you could be with us, and then you turn around and stab us in the back. But I always knew from the jump you was a fake-ass oos, and the fans boo. And Sami Zayn is going to clap back and say, you know what? I thought we were brothers. I thought we were good. I thought we were the ones. But you're just mad at me because I did something you wish you could do, and that was hit your cousin with that chair at the Royal Rumble because you have been in this thing for nearly 3 years with no way out. I found a way out. You didn't. And in some ways, you're mad about it because you couldn't do it first. And Jay's reaction was like, you know what? Points were made. You're right. I feel some kind of way about it. That leads to a brawl between the two, which I loved. And then we have Jimmy Uso coming out there to defend his brother. And then we hear KO's music hit. And KO comes out, cleans house on Jimmy and Jay, hits a stunner, pop a powerbomb on both brothers. And then we have Sami Zayn in the corner convalescing. And he gets up and the fans are on their feet and they want the hug. They want them to hug it out, work their shit out, get along. And at the right time, at the right show, at the right place, on the right night, we finally got the reconciliation as Sami and Kevin Owens hugged. The fans pop for this moment. I loved it because it reminded me of the Shield moment between Mox and Rollins 5 years ago, but I think WWE missed a peak by a week. But in this case, they got it right on time, 2 weeks before WrestleMania, and this was perfection. Then we have noted mediator Cody Luther King looking on backstage as the proud father saying, my work here is done. Let me be. Let me go on to my WrestleMania main event to finish my story against Roman Reigns. This was great. This is what I wanted for months. We're here, Scott, almost at the finish line. It will be, presumably speaking, the Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE tag team titles at WrestleMania. And that would be the night part 1 of the Bloodline will fall.
I mean, there's not much to add to that. Everything you laid out, that story is beautifully told. Cody Luther King ending racism and bringing friends back together. What more can you ask out of that man? Single-handedly bringing down the bloodline, if you think about it. No, this was great. Saying the whole thing with Sami realizing that Kevin Owens wanted friendship, because Kevin Owens was like, listen, I've heard everything you've had to say. I've heard everything that you've had to say. You've already said it, but why would I do you're right. We don't have to be friends and we just need to work together. But why would I do that for somebody who doesn't want to be my friend? I love that line because Sami didn't have to say, we don't have to be we're not friends. We don't have to, he didn't have to say any of that, but he kept saying it, kept reiterating it. And Kevin took a slight to that because what Sami said, resonated. No matter what we do to each other, and we've done absolutely terrible things to each other, we always seem to find a way back to each other. No matter where we are in our careers or what's going on, we always find our way back. And I love the story. They talk like real people when they're speaking to each other. And it's very smart of Cody Rhodes to be right in the center of that, because this is just another way of keeping Cody as that number one guy, that number one babyface to the fans, because now it's going to be perceived as he's the reason Sami and KO were able to squash this beef and get together. That's another notch in the babyface Cody Rhodes belt. So it's just been very smart how they've laid this out. I'm actually really excited to see them two come out together, give us that fired up promo together going at the Usos, because I think that promo exchange between the two teams is going to be excellent. Jay and Sami going at it, especially their relationship, because that's a whole story in and of itself. So just a great, excellent chapter right here. They would have to try their hardest to mess up what they have right now. And this should be the night one main event. Bloodline should be closing out both nights of WrestleMania.
Yes. Double the pyro, double the confetti, double everything. And on top of that, the finish of that match for night one of WrestleMania should absolutely be Sami Zayn haluva kicking Jey Uso for the win.
Right.
That has to be poetic justice.
There's literally no other way to cap off this story. That has to be the finish. We get the confetti coming down, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn holding their titles, and we get the big hug. And that's this generation's new moment. That's the new, footage that we see going forward. WWE like to show footage of guys in other companies, so they can't use the yes movement. That was incredible. Can't use that. We know why we can't use Eddie and Voldemort, so they can't use that. We got Kofi. That's good. But then everybody thinks of Brock, so you don't want to keep using that. This is going to be WWE's chance to get some new footage that they can use.
Yes, forever to be recycled for years to come. A perfect WrestleMania moment. And then maybe cut to Jay and that realization of, oh, shit. Okay. And then maybe Sami being a little emotional, too, about, hey, I got to do what I got to do to win this championship match. Sorry, Holmes. And that leads to night two of WrestleMania and further bloodline ascension, which will lead to the biggest pyro celebration in WrestleMania history that will break the budget. And as Scott suggested, it will cost the equivalent of a gate for night one of WrestleMania when the pyro budget is all said and done.
And ain't nobody else getting no pyro. They may get some videos and stuff, but they know night two, there will be no other pyro except for that last hour and that because you got to think of all the pyro that's going to shoot off after the show or after the match ends too. Whoever wins, they're going to get that massive pyro shot. So yeah, I'm sorry, I shortchanged them. The last hour and a half will be Roman and Cody.
Oh my God. So I can bake 3 batches of cookies when I think about it. Okay.
Might even get a Brandi appearance.
Ooh, I still kind of want that. I kind of need that in my life. I need Brandi to come out with Cody. Come on.
I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't mind having Brandi go at Paul Heyman on the mic one day.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind that.
Make it happen. We got 2 weeks to go. I need this in my life. I want them scrapping it.
All she got to do is just be in the crowd, and Paul Heyman could be like, "Come on, Brandi, come on in the ring. Come on, I'm not going to do anything. What could I do to you?" Brandi comes in the ring, quick little promo exchange, ends with her slapping him, and that's how easy way to end the segment. Or they could be ballsy and go full on Randy Orton, like I suggested, and have Roman Reigns spear the hell out of her and put her in a guillotine while Cody is handcuffed in the corner, getting super kicked the hell his head off.
That went dark fast. Very dark, very quickly. And the fact that you want this so badly, and a part of me wants it too, because I am all for the heat.
Think about that. Shout out to Bully Ray. Heat. That's heat.
Roman spearing the shoes off of Brandi Rhodes.
Oh my God. Can you imagine Cody's reaction? I mean, Triple H looked like he was taking a massive dump. So I think Cody could do a much better job of acting than Triple H did.
See, Cody's a natural crier. So he'll be like crying, sniveling, snot running everywhere. I have to get to Brandi, but I can't. Like, he's going to be struggling, and then Roman's going to be laughing. Like, we need that heated moment because Cody's has gotten through this entire angle unscathed so far. He needs a heat moment. We got 2 weeks to do it.
I think that's the way to go, man. You want to get some real heat on Roman? Lay out Brandi. The WWE audience is not annoyed with Brandi like the AEW audience is, so you can get away with it.
Absolutely. I'm here for it. Bring it on. 2 weeks to spare before WrestleMania. I am game for Brandi Rhodes making her rightful return to WWE for the first time in a few years.